YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate taking time to click on the video today. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like. I appreciate the support so much. We are here on College Football 25. We are in our relegation dynasty save. We are creeping up on the end of the first season. We are 11 games in. This is our final game, and as you can see, it hasn't been going great. 3-8, and we take on number 14 ranked Marshall. So this episode is going to be a lot of off-season stuff, and I'm trying to figure out if we're going to talk about the relegation movement stuff in this episode or next episode. I am unsure. We'll have to see as we go through it, so bear with me as I make that decision throughout the video. But without further ado, let's hop into our final game. If it wasn't already bad enough that we have to play the 14th ranked team in the nation, it's on the road to finish the year off. We did hop in on defense to start, or for the first moment. We got to stop. They kicked a field goal, immediately got the ball back, and yeah, so we are here. I love running against this, so I'm going to go ahead and run against this mid-zero look, and we got absolutely nothing. Oh, my Lord. That's typically where I can run the best, truthfully, and not there. So we're going to bring out a kicker. Absolutely pounded through the uprights. It is going to be 10-3, so a little bit of hope and life. We get the ball in the red zone. Yeah, that was a horrible read by me. We needed to keep or give that right away. Needed to give that right away. Let's get Bynard coming. That way we can pick up a block. We pick up the first down. I mean, we're moving the ball way better than they are. We have double the amount of first downs they have. Benefield can't find the space. If we got to rely on Bryson's arm, I'm sorry to tell you, we are not going to be very successful. As I say that, though, he does throw a touchdown pass. 6 for 6, touchdown, Owls. Defense in a really tough spot. I accidentally hit the wrong button, so we give up 2 touchdowns. It is 24-10 now, out of nowhere. See if Benyard can win. They got the safety over the top. Going to step up. Not going to have anywhere to go with the ball. We just don't have any type of separability on the outside. So we're just going to have to go to Agent Zero. He's going to fall forward. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 here. I talk about this quite often. I don't like how the computer, when they're calling plays, just like absolutely panic and make you just call 4 verts. And is that going to be pass interference? Oh, it is. It was a bad throw by Bryson, and he just bailed us out. So thank you, whoever you were. You could see there, like even on a slant on not press coverage, like we just can't get any type of separation at all. Crossing route underneath, wide open. They just didn't guard him. They're making sure that we can't beat him over the top, which we just don't have the speed to do anyway, so I don't know why they're worried about it. We just had to have a split more. I just need to make that decision and pull the trigger on the crosser. I was waiting for our tight end to get over the top, but we clearly don't have the speed to do that, and that's picked. Yep. Just tackle him. Oh. I saw him sit on the hook route, and they score before half. Holy. And 38-10. Fourth down. Keep this drive going. 4th and 2. All right, let's go into our favorites. Let's find this slot option.
It's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it.
Oh, we don't even have our starters in. We are chalking it up. We are chalking it up. Oh man, and then we turn it over. No, we're just gonna get through it. 48-10 now.
Well, some might think this
We didn't even have our starters in the second half. How embarrassing.
That's just bad.
Yeah, that's just bad is right, whoever you are.
Just a very ungood performance.
11 for 23, 3 picks
Not your best day.
for Bryson. Bohannon, 6 for 11. Remember, we brought him in one game, and my God, was it bad. It was bad. 7 for 2 yards, 6 for 9 yards, 5 for 1 yard, 3 for 6 yards. Oh, my goodness. Whoops. Just clicking all this stuff now. Leading tackler was 6. We had 0 TFLs. We had 2 sacks, 1 pick from Jericho Washington Jr. And get me out of here. Conference championship week. Realistically, the only reason that I wanted to pop in here was to A, look at who's playing the conference championship games, and B, we're looking at our coordinators. I don't think I can get rid of them. And you might be like, excuse me, what? We have an elite recruiter, and we have a scheme guru. Elite recruiter does really good things on the offensive side of the ball. Interest for every 10 hours spent. Even receivers, my school grades have a larger impact. Recruiting-wise, he's helped a bunch with, offensive players taking less time to scout. Those different types of things. And he also has some motivator stuff. And not a lot of it, and I guess pretty useless to us at this point because nobody's getting drafted. But then Scheme Guru defensively, boost a man coverage and pursue. The man coverage is BS, by the way. Our man coverage is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But then you come down here and you have reduced delay for defenders looking to the sidelines at the snap. So when we're trying to switch things, it's not going to keep them out. Increased knockout chances on 10 passes or less, which is nice. Fresh legs, fatigue lower on run plays, and different things. So, there's a lot of good things that they have. Our roster was just so bad. It's just so bad. So we really just need to rely on when we get our recruits in, is really what I'm trying to say here. So, Army-Navy game, Navy beats out Army. Navy's ranked number 11. Wow. Conference standings. ACC, you have number 1 ranked K-State. 10-0 in the ACC. Kentucky is in the ACC as well, 9-3 in total, 7-3 in the conference. So it will be K-State versus Kentucky in the ACC championship game. The American Conference championship game is going to be Western Kentucky versus Toledo. Big 12, Virginia Tech, 10-2 in the conference. They just had to play all conference games. They had to play all 12 of them. 9-3 NC State. They have the 5, 8, 9, and 22nd ranked teams in the Big 12. The Big 10, the best conference in the nation, and it shows Georgia 9-3, 8-3 in the conference. Michigan is ranked number 10, 8-3 as well. Penn State actually gets penalized because they played one more game than the other two. I don't know how this works scheduling wise, but how does this team play 12, these play 11, and then 12, 11, 12, 12, 12, how does that even work? And then these guys are down at 11. It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, Penn State gets penalized for having the 4th loss in conference. Ohio State, 7-4, Oregon 7-5. So you see that they have 5 of ranked teams up there. Bowling Green and Ball State is going to be in the Conference USA. Independent, tough, man, just tough. We are at the bottom of the Independent. Just terrible. Oh, man. Anyway, as we move on, Appalachian State is going to take on Navy, 2 highly rated teams here out of the MAC. And then the Mountain West, Marshall, the team that we just played earlier in this episode, is now 11-1. They're 7-1 in their conference. Louisiana is also 7-1 in their conference, so they'd be playing in the Midwest. Mountain West Championship. Pac-12, Arizona, 12-0, 10-0. Liberty is 9-3 and 6-3 in the conference. Woof, 6-3 in the conference. Who did they struggle with? I mean, I guess it was all pretty evenly rated, which it should be in year one, especially. And then SEC, we have Louisville versus Miami, 3 versus 7. They also had 8-4. USC 7-5. Clemson to have some. Other ranked programs. North Texas, we're 6-2, as well as Washington State. I'm not shocked that these two are the 2 that are at the top of this conference, quite frankly. Georgia Tech being 2-6 is pretty shocking, to be fair. And those are the conference championship games and the standings there. We will revisit that here probably later in this episode. We're here at the awards. Javen Williams, the sophomore corner, gets Best Defensive Back award winner. He was literally the only bright spot of this year. He was at the top of the tackle charts each week. He had interceptions in almost half of the games. He had a pick 6 in a game. So well-deserved for Javen Johnson. I have job offers. I'm not going anywhere. Kennesaw State Owls here. If you want to see some job changes, there is another series, a little quick plug. Coordinator to legend coach. It's pretty similar to how we kind of went about this one. Not the changing in the conferences or anything like that, but you play the moments, look at job offers, try to get to a 5-star program and become one of the best college football coaches ever, essentially. So, bowl week. We're probably going to fly through this. We don't have a whole lot of things happening. I'm assuming our staff is going to stay here intact. Nobody's taking them. And I said a few minutes ago before going over the conference standings that we were not firing them. So the only thing we could do is look at National Signing Day, early signing day. I will show you kind of where we're at in recruiting here at early National Signing Day. Hector decided to go to USF, and Steinsmitz decided to go to App State. The reason I'm keeping them on here is, A, we don't have a whole lot of hours to fill the board. As you see, we have people down here just big chilling. But I want to see what their development traits were, just to kind of see what we missed out on. With the players that are left, we have receiver Garrison Conway. Is 90 speed, so better than what we have. Looks like he's coming here. The middle linebacker, run stopper, looks like he's coming here. Only 83 speed, but it's better than what we have. Elusive back, South Carolina is probably going to come and steal him, to be quite honest with you, which is a bummer. But our grades are just terrible. So Memphis is closing in on this right tackle, who we've been in the lead for quite some time. Then we're looking good on this free safety. Kansas State's starting to pull away with this left tackle, and then we look really good for this athlete scrambler. He's a bust, but he does have 87 speed, so he might play somewhere else. And that's pretty much all that we have to talk about right now. We will revisit what the dev traits and all that stuff is at National Signing Day, because sometimes I forget which players we talk about at early signing day, so I just do it all then. All right, looking at the college football playoff after week 1, Navy, the 12 seed, ends up losing in their conference championship to, was it App State? I think it was App State. So they get a rematch of the conference championship there. They beat number 4 Arizona, who lost in their conference championship as well. Michigan takes care of Liberty pretty easily. Georgia destroys Virginia Tech. And Louisville beats Rutgers, which is not a big surprise. The only, real big surprise is App State, but they won the ACC, right? So, is that the ACC? I can't remember right now. But them and Navy, the Kansas State's typically in here in the first couple of years. Michigan's there. Georgia's obviously there. Miami sometimes sneaks in. Louisville is kind of another one of those that are surprising. But what we got to remember is App State and Navy played in a lower tiered conference, but I mean they got that last bye. So and the likes of Miami played in Georgia's conference, but all those different things. And if you're confused on what I'm talking about, and this is the first episode you've seen of this series, go back to episode 1 and you will know what I'm blabbing about in different conferences and all that stuff. Yes, I know the conferences pretty much through and through in the teams that are actually in each conference, but for this series, it is a bit different. All right, just a little quick college football playoff bracket update here. App State completes, I'm sure they beat Navy all 3 times, is kind of what's happening. Michigan beats number 1 Kansas State. NC State upsets Georgia. I will say that's an upset because it's right now's, it's like the actual rosters. So we have the 4-8 and the 2-3 on the bottom side. So it could have been a perfect bracket except for K-State. Lost to Michigan, and Michigan beats App State as well. And NC State beats Miami. 2 very close games. So we have NC State versus Michigan in the college football championship game. NC State comes out on top. Not going to lie, I was kind of hoping for that. Not a big Michigan fan. But we, Noah Rodgers, 127 yards and 3 touchdowns, propels them over the Wolverines. All right, I almost forgot to do this. I wanted to do it before I simmed last week when I was talking about the conference or the national championship. But I just want to show you what these stats look like. As you can see, Davis Bryson, a 66 overall. 66 overall. Threw for just under 2,000 yards. Completion percentage of under 50. Had almost, just terrible. 7 TDs, 29 interceptions. That is 4 times the interceptions to TDs. And Bohannon's not any better. He has 3 picks to no touchdowns and only 124 yards. Holy. Running the ball. Benefield, Agent 0, is going to be missed. Truly. 79 overall, one of the better players on our team. He had 11 touchdowns. Ashley had 6. But Benefield only had 152 carries, so he averaged 4.3. Not terrible at all. 54 yards per game is just atrocious. And he never fumbled. Receiving wise, 33 is the most. 610 is the most yards. 3 touchdowns. Just pitiful. How many sacks did we give up? Pennington had 13 sacks. Kettles, 7 sacks. They're both juniors. Oh, no. 3 sacks for the sophomore center. 1 sack for the freshman. He only played 1 game. Played 30 snaps and gave up a sack. Oh, boy. Defensively, 93 tackles for Javen Williams. Again, we talked about how he was the best player on our team. It showed in the award he had 70, and I thought that was low, but 70 solo tackles, that makes a little bit more sense. Then we had our free safety, White, with 72, 69 for Hobson. Tackles for loss, Westmoreland, our left end, had 13 of them. And I mean, not terrible. He led the team in sacks as well. Javen Williams played the slot sometimes, had 2 sacks along with Rux and Paul and Miles. Interceptions, 5 for Williams and 5 for Washington Jr. So 2 young corners. That really took the ball away. Porter had 2. Halem also had 1. We'll have him back as well. So, again, just not a lot of playmakers, not a lot of good stats. So, hopefully, people we get bringing in are going to up that a little bit. Players leaving. We didn't get enough tackles for loss, apparently. And we have 0 chance of getting either one of these back. I am going to talk to him about it, though, and just say, hey, but they said, you know what, don't care. So those are 2 juniors that are leaving, some of the higher-rated players on our teams, to be fair. Looking at who's leaving, Benefield, like I said, he's not going to get drafted. He wasn't anything crazy, but he was the best player on our team. Townsville, Barnum, people that really didn't hold – that I don't remember playing a whole lot, so not going to really miss them in that aspect either. All right, let's see what the portal offers us here. We do have a couple. Okay, we don't really need corners. Don't need corners, but they want to come here. Jesus, look at all these 3-star corners. It's just not a need. Just not a need. I'm just going to go to any state and go from top to bottom. I am unsure how I want to go about the portal. I'm probably, truthfully, to save save points and stuff. I'm just going to go after people that have interest in us. I just don't know if I need all these corners, though. If they're freshmen, I would consider them. Sophomores, too. We need a free safety. We need a right outside linebacker. Lose him anyway. We'll probably salvage him. Probably gonna lose him anyway. Strong safety junior. I'm gonna take him off as of right now. Boy, oh boy. I don't want field generals. I will put him on the board, though. Power rusher, pass coverage, yep. Pass coverage, yep. All right. So, essentially what I was doing there, and I kind of explained it, but what I'm doing now is I'm filling up our board. Quite frankly, I want to get as many of these players in as possible. So I'm probably not even going to scout them a whole lot. What I am going to do, though, is make sure that I come up and I get these guys that I've been scouting all year. He's not going to take a whole lot. He's not going to take a whole lot. He's going to take a little bit more, so I'm going to have to go hard sell him. Actually, I think I've been soft selling him. So essentially, so I learned that there's like kind of a point system that goes about with hard selling and different things, and if it's not over like 19, the point system, then it's not even worth really going after. So that's kind of why I decided to not hard sell the one guy. So this point system in A plus is a 12, D minuses are ones. So like that, it doesn't do any good to hard sell because it's not something that we're good in. The A plus, and that's his third favorite thing. So it's pretty tough when we think about it in those terms. I'm just gonna lower these to 5 because we just don't have any hours. I would love to scout, especially the speed for some of these, but we just don't have the. I'm just gonna offer. Where I'm at right now in my thought process is if this was something where we had a little bit more of a prestige, we had a little more we had a few more points, we have all that different type of stuff, I would be more apt to scout. But realistically, I'm trying to get all of the terrible players that we just had to play that season with off my roster. Essentially is what's happening. And what I'm doing now is I'm just reorganizing for my purposes of how many points we're going to put on each player. Typically what I do is the higher that you have, so like some of these players have number 1 interest in me, they're going to get less points than the players that have like 7th. That way we can move up the board a little bit. So like this halfback, right? He's a junior. I'm not going to scout him. I'll probably put 35 points on him. I'll put 25 points here on the strong safety with 4th. We're going to put 25 on 3rd. We're going to put 25 on 3rd. We're going to put 15 here on the players that we are 2nd in. And then we're going to put 10 on the rest. And then from there, what I do is I kind of go and I just adjust with how many points we have left. We do need to possession guy. This is a tight end. Sure, I'll offer you. See if we can catch Maryland here. Coach stability. I mean, probably not. We'll put 15 here. We'll put 35 here to start. That will definitely change. It's just something to start with, essentially. I'm going to move them up through all of this just to separate the transfers and things like that. Again, just one of those things that I do for myself more than anything else. So that was setting up the board. We didn't have anybody in the draft results, obviously. I'll do my best to try to talk my thoughts through all of this stuff when I do it. Sometimes I kind of get tunnel visioned on what I'm doing, and I forget to mention things. So these guys are going to be slow coming through. I really, really don't want to have to set up visits. They took off their scholarships, though. Okay. I'm going to lower this now that they did that. Just for this week, really, probably. They did the same thing here. do I catch them? And do I want to catch them? Is the other question. Okay, 35, we absolutely blew by everybody there. We're going to take 25 off. Maryland's still going after this guy. Pretty good. 88 speed. They can have him. I'm good there. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and look. So obviously 10 points here was not enough, but I'm going to focus on freshmen first. Which, to be fair, I probably should have done at the beginning of it. Because they're going to progress way more than anybody else is going to. Junior, second, stayed in first here. Strong safety, junior. We'll take him off just because he's a junior. We'll really attack this sophomore. Playing style. We probably don't have enough to hard sell yet. We jumped there. He's a junior. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 25 on all the players. And I'm not going to lie to you. I've only done like one or two like rebuilds from where you start at the very bottom. So I don't truly know what the best way to go about getting these players here are. And typically I scout players, like specific players that I want, but at this point in time, like we just don't have the means to do that. So I'm really focusing on young players that are going to be able to be in our program for multiple years. And then and really progress for us. So now I'm going by and hitting the sophomores to 20 or to 30. And that's where we'll leave it there. We don't have enough for hard sells because we don't have enough hours to give them enough to get enough information, essentially. So next week is going to be the big week where we have to guess hard sells probably. And we're probably going to start losing out on a bunch of recruits, to be honest. So, and we're probably going to have to pick and choose which ones we want. And I'm probably going to lean towards those freshmen, if I'm being completely honest with you. We do get Turpin, who is a 3-star halfback. See where we're at here. I'm really worried about the freshmen more so than anything else. So they have play style and proximity to home, both super high grades for us, actually. So now you're looking, so this is one of them. I just want to make sure I didn't miss one. Playing style and proximity to home. So this is one, but there's the X there. This is one, there's an X there. This one is what we're going to be pushing, and we have great grades for it, which is fantastic. This guy, we don't know anything yet, except for what he's looking for, and he's looking for play style. So we can go ahead and do the same thing for him. We're just looking for play style things. So this one can't be, it can be this one. Can't be that one. So it is this, which we have 2 A's, which is good. Memphis is just trying to take all these guys. It's kind of crazy. What do we got here? Playing style and conference prestige. That's going to be the same one again, isn't it? Playing style, conference prestige. I think that's the only time that they, yeah. hard sell him there for that. Is there another freshman? Okay. Proximity to home, which is an A, which is great. It's probably going to be that same thing again. Proximity to home play style. Can be this one. Can be that one as well. Can't be this one, which is not ideal. I wish it was that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to soft sell this. We're going to soft sell this one as well. And then we'll add 10 points to him just because the soft sell is less. Okay. Now we need to figure out who we're going to prioritize here. This is another one where it could be this one and or this one. So we'll have to soft sell, which isn't ideal because one of them is going to be wrong and one of them has bad grades. So, yeah, it's just not ideal when it comes down to that part of things. Proximity to home play style. Again, we're probably going to have to soft sell this and soft sell this. Playing style again. All three of them are open. I'm hoping this one, and I'm hoping this one. And then for this guy, we'll just add 5 points. So, again, not the most efficient way to do this, I understand, and I'm probably going to lose out on a lot of these transfers. I just really want the freshman transfers, and that's really what I'm hoping for. As more of these guys commit, the more hours that we have. So this left tackle decided to go to Kansas State, which is fine. I should have just not put hours on him is what I should have done. But I was too stubborn. Too stubborn to do so. How are we doing with the rest of these? They're all going to be commits. Playing time is now going to be an issue for these two halfbacks. Whatever. We do get a bunch of points for it, though, which is nice. So now we can really pile on the points. Oh, we don't. I was like, we don't have enough points. What? So we will hard sell that, and we will add 10 here. We'll add 10 here. Add 10 here. Add 10 here. We're also probably going to have to add. Okay, so like this guy, we don't have a chance on, so we're going to take off the board. This guy, we're cooking. Take this off. Go hard sell this. We're jumping there. We are. Okay. And we know what he wants, so we can go hard sell this. Now, the trick becomes, to get the work is what we want to hard sell. It's clutch that he wants, so we're going to go hard sell clutch. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to find some points up here that we can just take off. He's gonna commit. He's gonna commit, so I don't need to put points on him anymore. Nobody's offering him, so he's gonna be a commit. Nobody's offering him, so he's gonna be a commit. And what we're doing is we're getting enough hours to schedule visits. And the visits that we need to focus on are the ones that are going to get boosts and that are in second place. And what I mean by boost is when you... I need 5 more points. When you send the same amount, or people that are going to play with them, it's going to affect their visit score, and it's going to do it in a positive manner. So, so we got them all on week 4 visits. So we will now see who we all ended up bringing in the class. We're going to just start seeing a bunch of these guys pop up. Hopefully we're seeing not as many as I would like. Oh, no. National Signing Day. Oh, that was absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. We just got to get past Graves with these. All right, so as I mentioned, National Signing Day. We're just going to check on what we missed out on for dev traits. Normal for Dearth, which is okay. Impact for Hector, which is also okay. Impact for Steinmetz, which is okay as well. Yeah, it did have 86 speed, though. That would have been super nice. This corner, transfer normal. We didn't scout this free safety. Normal to Memphis. Normal. Star for Dalton Brooks. Oh, that one hurts a little bit. That one hurts a little bit. Not going to lie to you. That one hurts. A star development sophomore transfer would have been absolutely massive for the program. Absolute massive for the program. All right, so I've kind of danced around this. We did get a 5-star. Doug Kramer, he has elite dev. This was by far the highlight of our class, and it's going to really push our class way higher than it should in this top classes era. So elite for Kramer. We got impact on a left tackle. That was a gem. Was really hoping for star. Another impact for a gem there. Impact for the gem. That's tough, man. We need more than impacts. Impact for no gem, though. Another impact. Normal for the field general quarterback. Yeah, we really just needed a lot of quarterbacks. So, yeah, just not what we're looking for. Scrambling quarterback impact. He only has 83 speed, 92 throw power though. Star for this free safety. Normal. Star for Cook, who's a scrambler athlete. Another impact. Normal impact here for deep threat receiver with 91 speed. Impact for 91 speed halfback. Impact for receiver that's a route runner. He was a star, or he was a gem though. I don't know why he's all the way down here. He had 90 speed. Tomlinson, normal development as a bust. We kind of saw that one coming. Then we have the transfers, a star D tackle, impact corner, star D tackle. 2 D tackle transfers with star development is fantastic. Looking at the classes, we are in the independents. We were number one in the independents. We had the 39 ranked class. That's actually super, super good. Super good for the first year here at Kennesaw State, in my opinion anyway. A top 40 class. We got a 5-star and 23 stars. If you were going to tell me that I would get 23 stars, I would have probably laughed at you. When at the beginning of this, I was struggling to find 3 stars, mainly because I was using hours to scout, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to just take them as they come at this point in time. So that's where we are at with our class. They're not going to look pretty. 81 is crazy. There's no way are we in 81 overall. Zero way. We did move Bryson from our quarterback to our running back. A running back with 83 speed is not going to play either, but I just couldn't have him in the quarterback room anymore. Receiver-wise, I mean, we're getting better. We only had 2 in the 70s last year, and now we have a bunch of them. Tight ends, we did move a bunch of people over to tight end, including Finer, I think, who is now 85 speed, so the tight end room's getting quicker, just quickly clicking through. We're just going to be in the mid to high 70s here for all these guys. 81 for Westmoreland, who played really well last year, 84 speed, which is good. Right end is not as good, so what I might do is move Colvin over and have him play just because of his speed. I really like putting speed on the field. Dylan Hannon, 97 strength, Walker 96 strength, so we're strong. Plus we have those the D tackles from the portal as well, so our D tackles might be pretty crowded, I guess is the best word. I moved this guy over. He's a 29. Oh, I think he was like a 21 though, so he jumped 8 points. He just has speed, and he couldn't be wherever he was before. I think he was a running back, maybe. Middle linebacker, again, just lacking speed. Kimball, like, I want to play him, but he's just 15 overalls is crazy to kind of go over. Now, the cornerback room looks pretty good. Javon Williams is kind of a weird one to me. He didn't really go up much at all. So, like, he's really going to start to fall down. But he was our best player, right? So, Paul is probably going to play over Porter. 93 speed and only 1 overall difference is really where I'm coming from there. Redding's probably going to be there, just the overalls. But the transfers aren't in here, so we're gonna probably get rid of the kickers. I mean, I don't know why we have 3 of them. The punter is gonna stay, obviously, and that's the upgrades. We are not an 81 overall. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players above an 81. We're not an 81. All right, last thing we're going to do, I know I said that before. I forgot about this part of it. The encouraged transfers, we're going to look at that. We need to get rid of 13 players. Essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to take from the bottom, I think. Actually, we'll go position by position. Quarterback, we can't go anywhere. Especially this guy, Greer's just not going to play. So we'll get rid of both of them. 88 speed's not going to play for me. Moving forward, 86, even like Bohannon, like, go play somewhere else. I'm very tempted to tell Benyard to go play somewhere else too. We'll come back to that. Tight ends, can't really do much. This junior as a 60, he can leave. 70s as a freshman, sophomore. We'll leave them for now. He's a junior. We'll leave him. Sophomore right tackle. He's never going to play. Left end, 64 speed. Get him off the field. Donaldson, get him off the field. The speed's just atrocious. The tackle, looking at strength here, 83 strength. No, thank you. These two are the guys that I got from the transfer portal, question mark. Right end speed, 69 speed is just atrocious. Outside linebackers, those look okay. 77 speed for middle linebacker. We don't have enough of them. I got to keep them. Corners, 86 speed is never going to play. 89 speed is fine. He's a freshman, sophomore. Do I just want to cut him? I probably shouldn't. Free safeties. 85 is not going to play after this year. I know Porter's an 85, but I want him for depth. 85 speeds here is fine. He's a senior, though. Bach can leave. And then the kickers. Senior red shirt, bye. Freshman, see ya. And we're down to 83. And our overall didn't change. This 28, dude, is so funny. I got to get rid of him. Encourage him to leave. Bye. God, so funny. All right. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to go and customize the conferences. So remember, what we do is we have the bottom two teams essentially from each conference go down a conference. The top two teams from conferences go up in conferences, and that different type of thing. So we'll have to. I'll go ahead and I'll do that type of stuff off screen and off camera. I'll explain more of what that looks like in the next episode. So that's where we're going to end here. We got through the last game and the whole offseason. A lot of talking today. I personally like the recruiting stuff in the game. It keeps things fresh, whereas Madden, you're just like, you don't have anything but playing the games. So I truly like having the recruiting portion of it. So I appreciate you sticking through the entire video. If you made it this long and you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and guess what our record's going to be this year. 3-9 in year one. What is year two going to be? I appreciate your time. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.